I'm a movie lover. I love film. I love almost every aspect of it. And there's very rarely do I find a movie that I really actively dislike. It's hard for me. Usually if I can find something that I can hang on to or something and go, that was a real effort there, they really tried or they did something, I'm more than happy to give it a pass. It's just the way I am. You know, like I said, it's hard for me to hate a movie. I don't want to hate something. I don't want to go into something actively disliking it. House of Salem was one of those movies that just ticked me off the wrong way. Low budget horror movies are something that I really love. I think it's a great way for filmmakers to get their start into the business, and I think some of the movies can be, you know, rough around the edges, but have some really good intent behind them, whether it be the story, special effects, or whatever. I'm happy to just kind of go with it and be willing to forgive some of the sins that it may make along the way. House of Salem was something that just irked me almost instantly, from the choices of the characters, from the dialogue, from some of the direction. There was very little that I could latch on to and go, you know what, I can see what they were trying to do. Now, the story aspect does have some good moments in it. It is basically about a young boy who is kidnapped from a home, taken to this house, farmhouse, to be ransomed off to the parents to get the money back, and there seems to be an occult factor going on as well. This house seems to have lots of symbols about it and seems to have a kind of horrific history behind it as well. Sounds fairly interesting, and the trailer had me curious. I was like, yeah, I'm going to check this out. I'm going to give it a chance. But the acting is truly awful. Some of the choices that the characters make are just baffling. There is a moment at the start where a babysitter is putting the main kid down, the one that's going to be with us the rest of the movie, to bed, and he's kind of acting up a little bit. She gets him to go to sleep. She goes down the stairs, she's on the phone. Suddenly the lights flick out and there's a little bang up the stairs. It looks like a power cut, and I don't know where she grabs a knife. And I know it's such a silly thing to grab onto, but I was like, why would they do that? In this house, when it's just the powers just went out, could be a natural thing. Why would they instantly assume that there's something bad there that you would need a knife? You would just go and check on this kid that seemed a little bit rowdy and out of control anyway, because he may have seen the lights going out and jumped out of bed. But no, grab a knife, up the stairs, people in cloud masks, typical things that we've seen before that really just had me going, no. The performances aren't great either. Some of them are over the top. Some of the choices that are made throughout the movie are just downright baffling. We seem to have, with the kidnappers, there seems to be a father and daughter, where the father is just a little bit too interested in the daughter's love life for it to be comfortable. There is some signs throughout the movie, one particular sign for the occult that seems to be haphazardly scraped into almost everything throughout the movie. Now, there is some moments that it's there that it seems fitting, whether it's carved into wood or whether it is etched into a dead animal, that it seems fitting. When it's scraped into a VCR player or a phone handset, it just seems odd and out of place. You would imagine that an occult group would kind of hide in the shadows. You know, it reminded me of somebody who finally discovered how to write their name and just was writing it on everything, you know, tagging everything that they possibly could. It just didn't seem plausible. There's a ghost aspect to this movie as well that they throw in, and that is interesting enough, but seems rather odd and ill-fitting with the rest of the movie. There's almost seems as if there's too much going on, nothing is given enough time to breathe, and it just doesn't come together as a cohesive whole. I didn't like any of the characters. I felt that the boy playing the kid was probably too old for the role that was required. It should have been a younger sort of kid playing that role. I was deeply disappointed with House of Salem. I struggled to get through it. In fact, I took it as a personal challenge to make it to the end, and that was one that I almost failed several times. I can't recommend this movie because I just couldn't find anything that really made it worthwhile for me. And I hate saying this about a movie. I hate being as down on something like this. But this one really felt as if there was no redeeming factor whatsoever. If you've seen this movie and you want to correct me, please do so. Let me know in the comment box why I should reevaluate this, why you think it's a decent enough movie. For me, and this is being generous, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 5. I'm never going to think about it again. I'm hopefully never going to go back to it again, unless one of you lovely people decide to tell me how wrong I was and why I should give it another shot. Thanks for watching anyway, and I'll see you next time for hopefully a better movie on Man vs Film.